Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking about something very critical in the world of AI, that is prompt engineering. If you want to get the very best out of these AI models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud, understanding prompt engineering is your secret weapon. Many people thought and still think that prompt engineering is kind of dead, but it's not, right? Because prompt engineering is the basis of all your AI engineering and how you talk to these AI models. Think of it this way, right? AI doesn't read your mind, these AI models. They are not that autonomous yet, maybe in the future, but they listen to your words, and how you say things determines what they give back as the response, right? So, the art of prompt engineering is really the art of talking to these AI models in a way they can better understand you and what you want to convey, right? So, in this video, we will talk a little brief about prompt engineering. What is prompt engineering? How does it work? The different techniques of prompt engineering, and also at the end you will see a simple tutorial of prompt engineering. So what exactly is prompt engineering? So prompt engineering is the art and science of talking to these AI models like we discussed. So it's the craft of designing clear specific instructions called prompts that guide the AI models to produce the answers, stories, responses, code, or any content that we want. So, unlike traditional programming where software engineers, write code lines and which is kind of very rigid, prompt engineering uses natural language, like a human language, as the interface to talk to these AI models. So your prompt works like a creative brief telling these AI models like, here is what I want, this is the context, and here is the constraint. So the better your prompt, the better the output from these AI models will be. So crafting better prompts is the critical thing we all need to know here when we are talking to these AI models. So that's about prompt engineering, and like we discussed, it's nothing but the way you talk to the AI model. So why is prompt engineering so important? It's because that is the basis of talking to your AI models. And as AI permeates everything from apps to business tools, the difference between vague answers and laser focused responses lies in your prompt. That's why your prompts become very important. uh, and when they are done very poorly, AI replies can be very generic, off topic, or kind of confusing, which we don't want. And when done skillfully, AI becomes a powerful collaborator. These AI models, writing in the right tone, reasoning step by step, or generating precise solutions. So that is where your prompts play a very important role, and prompt engineering is your direct access to AI's full potential without needing to retrain models or write complex code. So that's why prompt engineering is kind of very important in AI engineering. So now let's get into the foundational principles that every prompt engineer should know, right? So the first thing is clarity and conciseness. While talking to your AI models, be very direct and precise. Don't talk in a very vague format, right? AI models are literal listeners. The clearer your language is, the less room for confusion. So be be there with very clarity and conciseness. And the second thing is context, right? Context is the king while talking to these AI models. So define rules, setting, and goals, what you want exactly. For example, instead of write an email, you can extend that and say, write a formal email to a client about a deadline extension. So this sets the tone and scene for better responses, right? And the third thing is constraints and specificity. That's very important while talking to these AI models. Use limits like write it in 100 words max or 200 words max, or in bullet points, or explain like I am five. So these constraints guide the AI away from vague or overly creative answers and deliver exactly what we need. So we need to keep these three principles of AI engineering in mind, prompt engineering in mind. Okay, guys, so we all know that prompt engineering is evolving very fast and it is growing at a very fast phase, and the new strategies and techniques are letting us unlock more advanced uses of prompt engineering. So let's discuss the three important strategies or techniques of prompt engineering. The first one is few shot prompting, the second is chain of thought prompting, and the third one is prompt chaining. So what exactly is few shot prompting? As the name itself suggests, instead of just telling these AI models what you want, you show them through examples, right? The quick examples inside your prompts teach these AI models exactly the pattern or the style they need to follow, and that way they will not be very over creative or do something crazy, right? And the second one is chain of thought prompting. For tough reasoning tasks, ask AI to think step by step before answering or replying to your query. So this makes its reasoning transparent and often more accurate, right? Say things like, let's think this through step by step to get better logical and accurate, contextually relevant responses back. And the third one is prompt chaining. So think of this as creating a mini AI workflow, right? You take the output from one prompt, feed it to another, and build multi-step workflow or a process, great for summarization, translation, or content generation pipelines. Hey guys, so we need to understand one key aspect while talking about prompt engineering. That is, prompt engineering is not model training. So many people have this notion or confusion that prompt engineering might be a kind of model training. It's not. You're not rebuilding the AI or feeding it new data like how you do fine tuning, but you are guiding it using natural language, right? Through prompts. And it's kind of very lightweight, instant, and very flexible. Anyone can do it without specialized hardware or any data sets, right? And it basically complements techniques like retrieval augmented generation, RAG, where external knowledge is fed in alongside smart prompting for maximum effect and efficiency. So that's it. We need to understand that prompt engineering is nowhere related to model training. So remember, the smartest AI isn't just about what it knows, it's about how you ask it. So, master the art and science of prompt engineering, and you unlock a new realm of AI collaboration and innovation. Now, let's see a very simple prompt engineering tutorial. Hey guys, so here is a step-by-step prompt engineering tutorial, and this tutorial basically demonstrates how changing the prompt affects the output, illustrating the importance and practical impact of prompt engineering. So here I'm using OpenAI's API key, and you can use any other LLM like Gemini or Cohere. So the first thing is to set up and configuration. I'm installing OpenAI, so I do pip install OpenAI, and then I'll mention my OpenAI API key. And then what I do is we discussed about the zero shot prompting. We will ask a question directly to the LLM, right? This tests the model's built-in knowledge, right? What exactly the raw information that the raw data that is trained on. So if you ask a question, right? Here I'm using model GPT-4o mini, and the role is um, the role is from a user, and the query is, can you recommend some science fiction books? So if you ask this query with zero shot prompting, without any examples, without providing any pattern to this AI model, the response will be like, hey, yeah, certainly, here are some classic and contemporary science fiction books that span various themes and styles, and it will give you some classics, contemporary, and all those things, right? And then comes the few shot prompting. Here, what we do, we give examples to show the model what pattern to follow, right? And if you see here, like convert the following temperatures from Celsius to Fahrenheit. We are giving examples like 0 degree Celsius is 32 degree Fahrenheit, 25 degrees Celsius is 77 degree Fahrenheit, and we will say, right, 100 degree Celsius is what. So model gets to know that it should answer for what exactly is the Fahrenheit when it is 100 degrees Celsius. So again, we're using the model GPT-4o Mini, and the answer, as you can see. So now let's apply this formula to convert 100 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. So it understands by itself, and it says so 100 degrees Celsius is equal to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. The model understands the pattern and predicts the missing conversion. That is what exactly is 100 degrees Celsius, and that is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's talk about the context and constraints. When you control the role, tone, and structure of the output, right? So here you will have the role for the system, and what exactly the role, the what the user is asking. So again, we are using the model GPT-4o Mini, and the system role is you are an expert Python developer, right? The whole AI system should act as an expert Python developer, and the user query is write a clear Python function to calculate factorial, including short inline comments. So if you ask this, because we are controlling the role tone here, and we are giving proper instructions, and what type of output we want. So if you give the AI the proper role and the constraint, and this is how the answer is, right? Certainly below is the Python function that calculates the factorial of a non-negative integer using simple iterative approach, blah blah blah, and this is the answer. And the next thing is what we discussed, chain of thought prompting, that is encourage the model to reason step by step before giving an answer. So here we make the model to think through, right? The prompt is a student scored 72, 85, and 90 in three subjects. What is the average score? Let's think step by step before answering. So if we do that, and again we will have the model GPT-4o Mini, uh, and the role we are specifying here. And since we are asking it to think through, it is going like to find the average score of the student in the three subjects. We need to follow these steps. So it will follow a step by step way, right? Add this score together. We need to sum scores of three subjects, uh, performing the addition. So the total score is this much. Count the number of subjects. In this case, the student has scores in three subjects. So it is going step by step way, and thus the average score of the student is approximately 82.33. So as we see, it is not giving us the direct answer, right? We told the AI model to think through a step by step way, right? And the next thing is prompt chaining. Use the output of one prompt as the input of the another, like a AI workflow, right? This stimulates multi-step reasoning, or a mini workflow, like we discussed before. So the step one is generate a short article, and then we are using model 4o Mini. The role is user role is, and he's the query is like write a short paragraph on the importance of renewable energy, and the output of this is used as the input for the next process, that is summarize the generated article, right? So we will take the output of the first process, and then we'll take that as an input and then generate the summary, right? And that's what happening here, summary response. Again, you're using the model GPT-4o Mini, and the role is the query is summarize this paragraph in one sentence, right? So we asked about renewable energy. We asked about write a short paragraph on the importance of renewable energy. So this is the generated article, very simple, small blob of the content. Renewable energy is crucial for sustainable future. Blah 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 blah. And here is the summary. It took this output as input to generate this summary, right? Renewable energy is essential for a sustainable future as it reduces greenhouse gas emission, enhances energy independence, blah blah blah. So prompt chaining basically mimics how agentic workflows and RAG systems basically operate, right? Like a chain, passing intermediate outputs through reasoning or transformation steps. So hope you understood what how zero shot prompting, few shot prompting, chain of thought, all these different prompt techniques, prompt engineering techniques worked. And hope you understood what exactly is prompt engineering, why it's important while we talk to these AI models. Thanks for watching, and thank you.